Hi, everyone. Welcome to our convention recap. We had what I would say, and I think everyone who has been to more than one Plexus event, or maybe this was your first Plexus event, but this was hands down my favorite convention that Plexus has ever had. I was blown away by the trainers that they picked, by the keynote speakers. I felt like there was just this special spirit there this time, and I'm sure, raise your hand if you felt that too. I'd love to see, I'm gonna put it on this really quick. Look at all those hands, like just incredible. I was blown away by just the feeling that we had all convention week every day. And one of the things that I loved the most was just to see how we had over half the people that were there at our Buca's team lunch. Over half the people were brand new. It was their first Plexus convention. And so that was really fun too, to see everyone just wrap their arms around everyone and meet new friends. I felt like everybody was so welcoming and it was just great. So we're really excited tonight to get started, and we have some amazing people who we've asked to share, and I know that every single person at convention could have been on this call and shared something amazing. So we're just highlighting a few, and if we didn't pick you, it's not because we don't love you. We could have like a 3-hour call and still not get through it all. So just so awesome. We're going to start tonight with a friend of mine who you may know. Her name is Mindy, and she is my pediatrician's medical assistant. And I've known her for almost 12 years now. She was a little bit stubborn getting started on the business. It took me about 16 months to convince her. And finally, in just a way to get me to go away, she said yes. And then the products worked for her, and she couldn't stop telling everyone how they were fixing all the things that I had so desperately hoped would fix for her. And she came to convention with her husband this time, and they are going to share with you the surprising experience that they had together at convention. So Mindy, if you can unmute yourself.
Hi guys. Yeah, so excited to be able to talk to all of you. Convention was amazing. I missed my first convention when I first signed up. I got mono and had to stay home. Went last year and I thought that was incredible. And I told my husband, you're coming with me to the next convention. And he was like, okay. And then when we found out it was in Vegas, we're like, this is a done deal. It's close. We don't have to pay to fly. We're going. And we made just a couple's week getaway with it. And I kept telling him, convention's so awesome, you get pumped, everything like that. And oh my gosh, this one was the one, because it did not disappoint. It went over my expectation. The keynote speakers, Bob Heilig, Mel Robbins, amazing. And when I found out they were speaking, I told my husband, Jay, that I listen to them all the time. I love them, everything. And he was just like, oh, okay. And I tried to explain to him, you know, the 5-second rule. And he's like, nope, haven't heard of it. And he was blown away by the speakers. He loved Bob. I even got him to go, well, I didn't even have to push him. He went to the Men Ambassadors one on his own. And he just was amazed on how awesome it was. And just real quick before I turn it over to him, he's always from day one been supportive of me with Plexus. He saw what the products did for me and how they helped me with my stomach issues, my fatigue, everything, and how amazing I felt. And he started it shortly after, but wasn't too consistent on it. And then probably like about a year ago, I finally said to him, you've got high blood pressure, you've got high cholesterol, you're gonna have a heart attack at the age of 47, we're putting you on Plexus. And we did, and his story is incredible. And he finally is going to post his testimonial. So I am super excited because this guy not only has he overcome that, but he has sleep problems. He has allergies up the wazoo. He's allergic to everything on the planet. And this guy is taking his Plexus daily. He's off blood pressure medication. His cholesterol is getting better. And his allergies, he eats everything he's allergic to. And we didn't think that would ever happen. So my take on him coming with me, because he already supported me, but he now is like, we are doing this business. It's not, I'll help you with whatever, I'll cook the food, I'll do dishes, you do your IPA, but it's like, we are going to do this. And I love that because I've always needed an accountability partner. And for my husband, who's like my best friend and my rock, who always brings me up when I'm down and doubting myself, is going to help me do this. And we are going to do this together. And that is what going to convention's all about. And I'll let him share his little takeaway on it.
Jay, tell everyone your name.
My name's Jay. And my lovely wife here has told you my whole story. Everything's great. The reason that I'm on the call is to talk about the convention. It was amazing. The business is incredible. The people that are involved in the business is incredible. There was so much love and respect, and everyone was wanting to share their story and what was going on. And truthfully, the 7 a.m. Men of Plexus meeting was incredible. There's quite a few people in there, from ones that were ambassadors to just guests. And Bob is an amazing speaker. And, it helped me understand more of what Plexus is and what, all you beautiful women do, and, how passionate you are about it, and how everyone was so willing to share, and it wasn't for themselves, everything's to give back. And it was amazing. I mean, the parties were great, the music was awesome, everyone's dancing and having fun, and it's like I didn't want to leave. It was just very exciting. So I've decided to go and help her at a different level than just being the support. And so we're going to try to do the things that we need to help others, is really what it is. It's not, what we're going to gain. It's how we can help other people, and we just reap the benefits from helping people.
I love that, Jay and Mindy. Now, Mindy was telling me something, Jay, that she said that something about how you really feel like after this convention that this is what you guys have been praying for the last 21, 22 years. Do you remember saying that to her? Or Mindy, maybe you can expound on that if Jay's like, I don't know what you're talking about, Emily.
Nope, she is exactly right. So in my career, I've always worked multiple jobs to take care of the family. The career that I'm in right now is very stressful. I coach soccer on the side, and I have over about 500 athletes, 20 coaches. And so I go to work at 4 a.m. and I get home at 10 at night. And that is 6 days a week. And so, I've done everything I could do to support the family and give them the life that I felt they needed. And, we've always been looking for a way to, reduce that and get the family back. I mean, our kids are all older. They had to live with that, with dad being gone all the time. And so now it's something that I need to help them with their lives, and also help the grandkids, because I'm hoping we get grandkids at some point. It's something that's, the timing's just right for us to make that choice. And I think we're ready, and I'm ready to, focus on this. And many things we've looked at and tried, and, the Plexus plan is just amazing. And it's something that you get a comp for, gaining, control of your own life and learning things. So it's great.
What
I'm
I liked
so
about
happy
it,
for you guys. Go
what I
ahead,
liked
Mindy.
about it, Emily, is you hear so much with the Plexus Convention. Everyone was thanking God and how it was put in their lap in a certain time in their life by our Savior Jesus Christ and Heavenly Father. And everybody there has different religions and everything, but the number one thing is they always thanked our Savior and our Heavenly Father. And I really truly believe that it is, you know, Heavenly Father, he does have a plan for us. And if we're just patient, I've been doing this business since I signed up with Emily little over 2.5 years ago. And I've been slow at it. I fast started gold in 16 days and had a member on my team do it in 18 days. And we thought, my heck, this is going. We are rocking. We're going to be ruby in a couple of months. And then all of a sudden I sat. And for 2 years, I sat at gold. And finally in December, I finally got to senior gold. And here I am still at senior gold with like barely trying to hold on to senior gold rank because I have people up and down, order, not order.
Can anyone else relate to that?
Yeah, like all of it. And I'm like, come on, because you love it. Why are you stopping today?
And now it's like the right time, the right place. And I love that. So thank you so much, you guys. Like, we are so grateful for you. And thank you for sharing. We're all excited to follow your journey together.
Yay, I'm so excited. I'm glad he's here to follow it with me.
Yes, thank you so much, guys. Okay, we're going to hear now from, if you'll mute yourself, Mindy, we're going to hear now from Laurie Ramos. And she was sponsored in by Christy Jex. Laurie, can you unmute yourself? I see you right there.
Yay! Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, friends. That was really, really good, Mindy and Jay. I love hearing all of that. Something I have to say first, I keep saying to myself, and I said it all through convention, like, man, I wish I had this when I was a young mom. So I liked what you said, Jay, about doing it for the grandkids. Because that's my hope now.
How old are you, Laurie?
49.
49.
49.
And Mindy and Jay, really quickly, how old are you?
So I just turned 45.
Awesome.
And I'm 49.
All right. Okay, back to you, Laurie.
49. Okay, so the biggest takeaway I got from convention, and I typed this all out because I'm not really good with stuff. I want to say all the things, so I typed it out and be quick. The biggest takeaway I got from convention is really super simple. It's something that I've heard from Christy from the very beginning. And basically, it's just take action. So do something every single day. And those baby steps, like, does something ever just kind of resonate with you or click? Like, all of a sudden, it really, really clicked for me through this convention. That we can plan and we can prepare, we can be creative on when and how and what to post on social media. We can make lists, we can listen to those awesome podcasts, we can read all the books and do all those things. But in the end, like, none of that matters if you don't take the action. So if you find that 10 messages a day or whatever that number is that you've heard, to talk to people, send the messages. If that's too much for you, scale it down, like even one, just so long as you're doing something. Get it into the nooks and crannies of your life. Just open your mouth and share the good news of Plexus, because nothing is ever going to change if we don't take that action. I just keep telling myself that over and over and over again, and I just hear the whole action thing, and it's so true. So I've often questioned my own consistency or the lack of, because to be honest, you guys, I suck at being consistent. In fact, Christy is my sponsor, so how lucky
she's changing that story, and she's
I
going to have a positive affirmation about it.
That's right. So Christy is my sponsor, so how lucky am I to be her level one and be blessed with her personal attention that I believe that I get to earn that attention. And so oftentimes she'll call me and say, why are you not calling me? You know, what, do we need to talk every day? And I'll tell her, I don't feel worthy. Like, I'm not doing the work. I'm not being consistent. So I know that. So oftentimes I question that, and I dug deep and asked what, you know, why am I not consistent? But I learned all of those things, the podcast, the book, the planning, like I am an expert at that. And I don't think that it's a waste of time. But what came across loud and clear at convention was that doing all these things and not taking action is really just a sign of fear, right? The big fat F word. So stop with the excuses. Don't be afraid. Be bold. Be proud to represent Plexus. It's such a credible and such a real business. All of that became so real for me this weekend. Like, this is a real deal. I love that they wanted to crowd that stage with all of the ranks up and hopefully outgrow the stage. That is their goal. It's not just to keep a few select at the top. I feel like when you have pride for the company, for the products that we're taking, for the opportunity that we have our hands on, I feel like when you have that vision and that belief that you're worth all of this has to offer, that you will rise above, you'll rise up, and you will take action. That's what I took away.
I love that so much. Oh my gosh. So many, like, if your goal was to give people one thing that they need to fix, you achieved it. Because what I heard you say over and over again is action. And if you do all the right things without action, then you get nothing. And that to me is like, well, now we're all going to watch Laurie go diamond, because that's the mystery of network marketing, right? And the crazy thing is that it's not just the mystery of network marketing, it's the mystery of life. Because successful people understand this. And that is why that's why they're able to overcome. And so now Laurie has given you the secret of life and the secret of success. And one of my favorite things you said was the big fat F word was the cause of all of this, which is fear. And it really is true. Fear holds us back so many times, and you get to decide if you let fear hold you back or not. It's a conscious, subconscious, sometimes, choice that you are making. However, the awesome thing about network marketing is it gives us an awareness of all of our flaws, insecurities, and fears. It's so horribly awesome and the best gift ever. And because you are now in network marketing and you understand this, you have the awareness and you get to say, oh my gosh, why am I scared to push for rank up next month? It's called fear. Fear is holding you back. What if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? What if I spend money on incentives and I don't hit my rank? These are all fears, and they're all logical fears. But guess what? Our business is not logical, and we are a special kind of crazy. And that's why we are so amazing as network marketers. So you're part of a special kind of crazy club, and crazy people change the world. Remember that always. Crazy people change the world. Okay, thank you so much, Laurie, for your nuggets. Now we're going to hear from Katie Tucker and her husband, Tyson. And if you guys will also say your age, I think it's fun to see all the different ages and walks of life, because anyone can do this at any age. So Katie, where are you at, girl?
I'm right here. Thanks, Emily. Okay, so excited to be sharing this with you guys tonight. This was my second convention. Oh, I'm 35. No, I'm 36. How old are you?
I'm 33.
Okay, so this was my second convention. This was Tyson's first. I love conventions so much because I feel like it really just re-energizes us and fills our cups and just really gets us fired up and remember why we're doing this. One of my favorite parts of convention last year and this year is seeing the recognition on the stage I really love seeing the number of jewels this company has is so awesome. I have seen other network marketing companies and they don't have this many. We have so many. And I love that because it makes me feel like that's going to be me. And it fires me up. I remember being at convention last year and seeing everybody up there with their $2,000 checks. And I was like, I want that. And I got it this year. And next year, I want to be on the stage as an emerald. Seeing those jewels up there, it fires me up. So my biggest takeaway as far as like what I've learned is that I need to stop being small. So many of us look at ourselves like we are nobodies. And like, who cares what I think? Who cares if they think, if they, know that I like plexus? They're not going to care. And I want to tell you that I have actually had these, I've had this mindset issue all my life. And over the last year or so, I've really been working on that. But it's over in the last month, I've been listening to Brooke Hemingway say this a lot about we need to stop being small. It's okay for us to be loud and show everybody who we are. We need to stop hiding. So that's probably like the biggest thing that has changed my heart is that I'm done being small. I'm done hiding. And so I really loved taking my adorable husband with me this year. I knew last year that I was going to earn black tie and that he was going to come with me. So he was able to come. He came to all of the meetings and sessions, and he went through the men's thing. Anyways, I'll let him talk in just a second, but like I said, I've always said this, Plexus is so special. Our company, our leaders, our products, everything we're doing is so unique. So when people compare our business to other network marketing companies, I'm like, we are so different. You don't even know. And when you go to convention, that's when you get your eyes open and you're able to see just how unique this company is. So that's all I'm going to say. I'll pass the time over to my husband.
Hi. So I'm Tyson Tucker. I'm Katie's husband. I've watched Katie take the products for 2 years, and she's been doing the business for about a year. And I have taken the products consistently for about 8 months. Before convention, it was never a doubt of wondering if the products worked or not. I knew the products worked, but I was kind of limited in the beliefs of Plexus and in Katie's business of what she could do with Plexus. So I think I had a huge mindset shift of seeing how truly special this company really is. I just kind of want to echo what Mindy said about how good the speakers were, and I totally agree with her. And yeah, I really like Bob's motivational speakers. I mean, his talks. But before this convention, I thought I was supporting my wife, but this was probably the biggest takeaway was I would sit there and watch the kids and kind of send out a few posts every now and then. But I think from what I learned from this convention, there's a lot more I can be doing. This is more of a team effort. I could learn more about the products. I logged into my virtual back office for the first time, and I'm starting to go through the videos and learn more about the products. And I can send out those videos to people just as well. And it doesn't have to just be all her. So I know there's more that I can be doing. I know when they announced that there was going to be another, I mean, of course there's going to be another convention, but there was no doubt that we weren't going to go. Yeah. We were already kind of making plans about who's going to watch our kids. And I don't even do the business, right? I'm an electrical engineer for a utilities company, and all the personal growth that we've learned from there, I can take it to my job. And so even I thought that was worth it too, is I can take it back to my job and use those same principles. So, and I don't need to do multi-level marketing. So I thought that was great. It was also great at convention to meet all the other people, put a name to a face when Katie talks about them, and just learn to.
I don't talk about you guys.
And But yeah, I think the biggest thing that I had learned from this convention was I was really limited on my belief of how special Katie is. I kind of always told myself, I thought she was going to probably get as high as senior ruby, and she's almost a senior ruby now. And it's only been a year. So I know she's going to go all the way to the top. She's going to be a diamond one day. And
you're making me cry.
I just, like,
oh
All of
my
us cry,
God.
just so you know, there's not a dry eye on Zoom. Everyone is like,
Oh my
but
God.
it's so amazing because it's true. Like, anyway, keep going.
it really is a special company. And I used to be kind of embarrassed from the post that Katie would post. And I used to say, oh, you need to do like 7 personal posts for every one Plexus post. But there's nothing embarrassing about this. We're changing people's lives. People can't take away my testimony of how Plexus works. It did work for me. I posted about my lab results and how I've dropped my cholesterol significantly. So no one can take that away.
He's lost and gained weight just like I have over the years. And this is the first time that he's ever lost it and kept it off because he's on the product. So sorry, I had to interject that.
And sorry, I know we're going over it, but the last thing is, like I said, it's so nice to see an uplifting and growing company. I was actually kind of sad to think when I had to go back to work today, I'm like, my work isn't this healthy. My work isn't uplifting. And I'm like, that's kind of sad. So I'm going to make the best of it with the personal character development that I've learned from Plexus, but maybe one day I'll be joining you guys. So.
Oh, I love it. Everyone's asking, can you do a husband training? We need a call just with Tyson leading all the husbands and Jay. We'll have Jay, Tyson, James, Sean, all the men. I'm getting nervous and not naming off all the husbands' names. All the husbands' names, we love you all. And we're going to have like a Men of Plexus Zoom here for all the husbands, I think. So thank you so much for sharing your takeaway and how you and Casey, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting everyone's names. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. And the Zoom is like, this Zoom to me has so much energy. Like we have maxed out the Zoom, you guys. People can't even get on the team call right now. So kudos to you for being on early because that's how many people are trying to watch this team call right now. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, and just read all the comments, Tyson and Katie and everyone else, because people said wonderful things about you. Okay, so thank you. One other thing I want to talk about really quickly is as you are listening to these takeaways tonight, I want you to start planning right now and just consider the idea of bringing your husband with you to convention next year. Start thinking about who could watch your kids. Start putting away a little bit of money every month so that you can afford to go. One thing that I've seen, I have like chills all over just saying this, you guys, is it's so rare in our society right now to truly go away with your spouse for a personal development week where you really get to connect with each other, grow personally on your own and as a spouse, and to also have friends that you can all multiply in that process. And one thing that, Sean has always said is he said, I've had friends, but my Plexus man friends are some of my best friends now in his adult life. And I think all the husbands can agree with that. So bring your husband. Don't worry, ladies. It can still be a girls' trip. We'll send the boys off on their own. We'll go out and dance on the dance floor on our own like they're not there, and it'll be so fun. So don't stress too much about that. You can even get them their own room, and you can stay with your team in another room. It's all good. We'll just team up the boys all together, okay? So no stress. We'll worry about the details later. Just start saving your money, because one of the things that I've seen happen so often is the first time that some men ever go to a Plexus event is in Maui at Emerald Extravaganza. And they sit there and they go, well, gosh, if I would have known it was going to be this amazing, I would have been coming to this stuff sooner. And so, Katie Hillstead, I said that just for you. She's like, dancing is my main concern, so I can't have my husband slowing me down. Don't worry, we've got a plan for the husbands. They'll have their own place to go while we dance on the dance floor. So anyway, keep that in mind and really speak that into existence that you want that. Okay, our next person is brand new Emerald and full-time pediatrician, full-time mom of 4 and married to her sweetheart. And she's going to share with us some of her thoughts, Jessica Wagner.
Thank you. That's so sweet. It's still fun to say I'm an emerald. Woo! So, but Katie, you will absolutely be there on that stage next year, girl. I have zero doubt about that. So just to echo some of Tyson's comments really quick, my husband came to Black Tie, and then he was there Wednesday morning when I went on stage. But he stayed for the whole session, and then he had to go again because last week was a little crazy. But he, it really solidified his belief in me and his belief in this company as well. And that was, I mean, to hear Tyson say those things about Katie on this Zoom right here, my husband said those kind of things to me personally, but Tyson, props to you for saying them in front of a whole bunch of people. But it really was empowering to me to have him there, because he's been at varying levels of support throughout my journey, but really this was a game changer for him, and he's so excited about Maui. So it's gonna be fun, especially because now he has some buddies. We had dinner with Casey Denby at our table at Black Tie, which was always good. We went and hung out with Emily and Sean at their house. They had us over for dinner, so it's good. Anyway, my biggest takeaway from this was to walk in my greatness. And we heard a lot about, you know, the not playing small and taking action steps and getting rid of the fear and just being who we really are. Because one thing that Bob Heilig said in the Jules training that just like hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was bawling like a baby, because he talked about the fact that our gifts are way bigger than us, and they came from God, and that we have a responsibility to develop those gifts and share them with the world. And so, you know, I know I have had this roadblock many times in my journey where I'm almost afraid to like succeed because I don't want somebody to feel bad like they couldn't do it, or that, you know, just that it would overshadow somebody else. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's just what I do, is I just do big things. So, but I hide behind them, and I try to downplay it and make it no big deal. And well, all I've ever done with my life is go to school for forever, and that's how I got to be a doctor, instead of owning my greatness and celebrating my my God-given gifts, because I was given those gifts from God. And when people are applauding me, they're applauding my gifts. And that's something that Bob said from the stage, and it really just hit me, because that, I think if I feel like people are applauding me, I'm going to start playing small again. But when I can say, no, I am sharing my gifts with the world, and that's what my Heavenly Father wants me to do, and people are applauding those gifts, and they need it, and I have a responsibility to share it. That is my responsibility, and that's your responsibility, because one, we have products that work. We all know that. We have a compensation plan that is out of this world, and it was life-changing for so many people. We have a community that people need. And if we are not sharing that and developing ourselves in a way that we can share effectively, then we are not honoring our Creator. And when he's talked about that, I just was like, oh, well, gosh, who am I to not live up to that? So many things that were said, that the biggest take-home message for me, and my I will, because, you know, they had the I will and the fill in the blank, was I will walk in my greatness, and I will bring others with me. So that's my takeaway.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Jess. Oh my gosh. I will walk in my greatness and bring others with me. Raise your hand if you want that to be your I will statement with Jessica. We're going to show all these hands that are up, because that is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your heart, and thank you for sharing your gifts with us tonight. And we're all so envious that you were able to stay in school long enough to become a medical doctor, because the rest of us were like in kindergarten being like, so how long do I have to go? Like, how long till this is done?
Oh, I was going to tell you too, I'm 38.
You're 38. All right. Thank you, Jess. Okay. All right. Well, next up was a first-time convention person and friend of mine, and she is down Jamie Foote and Bev Aston's team, and longtime friend of Jamie, and her name is Monica Red, and she's going to share with you about her impressions of Plexus first time convention. Monica, can you unmute yourself?
Hey guys, can you see me?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So I can't see myself, so this is weird. Okay, now I can. Anyway, convention was amazing, and I wish I went first tonight because I'm a crier, and pretty much everyone tonight has already made me cry. So I think the biggest thing I learned was it was about being consistent, and everyone talks about just their routine. Well, right now tonight it hit me that maybe being consistent with my product is what I needed to learn, because I haven't been consistent at reaching out. And that's what I've been thinking the whole time is this. When I went to convention and I saw all the jewels and I saw everyone rank up and they put the figures up there on, where you're at. And by the way, I'm hoarse because I screamed so loud at convention and everyone's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, oh, I'm 43. I was thinking I was 23 at convention and trying to go big all day.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I'm old. So like Wednesday, I think it finally kicked in like, oh, okay, I'm not 23. Anyways, I'm jumping all over the place, but for anyone who didn't make it that wanted to go next year, just book your ticket now so that you're going and you're going. And
tell everyone where convention is next year, because we haven't announced it yet on here.
It is Nashville.
Woo!
Okay. Yay!
Dream come true, cowgirls.
Yes, some good times. So it's always been on my list. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm booking my ticket. Like, who's in? So I know I'm going. And when you see everyone at convention and they start popping up, it was like 55,000 or something crazy ambassadors enrolled. And Jamie's my upline, and there's 700 and something of her, and she, I believe, senior Ruby. So I'm like, how the heck? Like, it sounds like a big or small number the way you look at it. And for me, I'm like, this is so doable. Like, diamond is so doable because you see rows and rows of diamonds, and it's not like there's one or two of them. And everyone can be a diamond if they want to do it, like, we're telling people how to get healthy, how to have more energy. It's things that they want, and we just have to tell them how to get there. And until tonight, like when everyone was talking, because I personally haven't had like my big aha plexus, but I am so excited that I legitimately was telling people that if they mix the slim with coconut milk, that it's going to be a carcinogenic and they're going to burn fat, and it's amazing. And Jamie was like, please tell me you're not telling people that. And I'm like, oh yeah. They're like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'll sign up. And she's like, that's like telling them they're going to have cancer. And I'm like, oh, it is? Well, okay. But it wasn't, I can't
just got her words wrong. So what she was trying to say was thermogenic. So she was trying to say like, oh, if you take this pill with this, it's a thermogenic. And she got confused. And so she was telling people that, and they were like, oh, awesome, we want that. Go ahead. I was trying to clear that up because there were some faces on Zoom and they were looking confused, like, what is she saying?
Yes, we know the doctor was like, oh my gosh, this girl's nuts, and I am legit crazy. So the selling part, getting out there, whatever, I'm loud, but I am not consistent. So I'm lucky enough to be stuck in between two extremely amazing women who are consistent. And Jamie and Joey are my up and down lines, and they've helped me get to where I'm at. So I am senior gold. When I first learned about plexus, I hit it running, and I was like, this is it. I love it. I'm so excited. And I just wanted to sign everyone up. And then because I wasn't consistent and I'm all over the place, I thought, oh, I don't know if I can do this, blah, blah, blah. But then I'd see Jamie do good or Joey do good. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this, So what I pretty much took away, and I won't be able to say it word for word, was Bob Heilig basically said that we are a gift from God and that God doesn't make any junk. And my dad had that as like a bumper sticker or something crazy. I just remember seeing the sign like in our house or somewhere. And I just was like, you know what? We all have so many gifts and we just need to share those with others. And if I can help someone become healthy, or if I can help someone make money who needs money, or if I can help someone even just feel a part of, because that's what you really get at convention. It's addicting because the energy, the excitement, it's like girls camp but better. And this is a way we could live our life and get paid and make money and help people. And it's like, why not? Who wouldn't do Plexus? So I'm never scared to tell people because they might tell you no. And what they repeated over and over is the people on the front line, which was the diamonds, they've just been told no more. And when you think about it, if that's all you have to do is tell people and then they can decide or not, then why wouldn't you? So I learned so much, but that's kind of a number of things I learned, and it was just amazing. So I was super glad I got to go. So
Thank you
Sam.
so much, Monica. I love that. It's like they always say leaders are born at events, and you might go into an event feeling like I'm not cut out for this, or I don't know if I fit here. And then by the end of the event, you're realizing, oh my gosh, this is what I want to do. So that's just incredible. Okay, our last speaker tonight is Hope, and she is going to share with us some takeaways of convention for her. And then Christy is going to close us out with some final thoughts. So Hope, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hope. I'm 29. We're still saying our ages. I'll be in. Yay! I'm actually not sad about that. I think the best is yet to come. So a few takeaways for me for convention. This was my first convention. My husband also came, but he didn't go to anything except Men of Plexus, and that's okay because he really enjoyed it, and I think next year he might go to more. He loved Bob Heilig. I love Bob Heilig. So one thing that really stood out to me was that at the beginning, and a few times they repeated, like, everyone who was there made a sacrifice to be there. Like, we left our kids, we left our jobs, we had to take vacation, and we're making these sacrifices every day doing this, you know, in the nooks and crannies of our lives. And so I need to live that all the time. I need to be more, like, I need to go all in. Even at convention, I could have made probably more sacrifices just by staying at the hotel and being more involved. We stayed at an outside hotel, and I think that didn't make me as all in as I could have been. Two other big things that keep resonating with me are, I forget which speaker talked about it, but it's a big thing in personal development, is that you could be 3 feet from gold, and if you quit, you won't find that gold. I'd never heard that before. It seemed like a lot of other people had heard it, and yeah, if you quit, you're never going to get that gold. Like, it's just plain and simple. And then when I went back to the hotel and got my run in, and I was listening to a podcast, that same thing came on in that podcast, which is Quote of the Day show, and it just really resonated. Like, how could that? Really, that was a huge God thing. Like, that same quote came up twice. And the last thing that I really took away, and I'm just so grateful to be on this amazing team with, you know, our 3 wonderful diamonds and all the personal development and leadership that they put into us, was when Emily got up on the stage and brought Kara up on the stage. And I had already gotten to hear Kara's story, and I cried the first time that she talked, and then I cried the second time when she talked during convention, and now I'm gonna cry again because it was just amazing to have her up there and to share her story in front of all those people. And we're just rooting for you, Kara. If you're on this call, I don't even know, but that was just really awesome to see, like, all the levels, everybody from silver ambassadors to double diamond up on the stage sharing their stories. So that was just really, really awesome, and increased my belief even further, and I came home really fired up.
That was Bev Aston who shared that same day in that breakout session. If people are like, oh, I don't know when she's talking about. And she talked about, there's a book. She was at my house today and we were talking about it with my sister-in-law. It's called 3 Feet from Gold. And it talks about how there was this man who had this land and he dug and dug and dug and dug and then finally just gave up and was like, there's no gold here. Well, there was this experienced gold miner that knew what it took to dig for gold and how you have to be patient and consistent. He bought the land and they dug up all the gold. So that is what each of you have in your Plexus business. And I want that to resonate with you tonight. Like I have chills just saying that out loud because you are 3 feet from gold. Don't turn around now because an experienced network marketer is going to come in and sign up all your friends while you quit. So go get your friends and your family and strangers that you meet and let them be your gold. So thank you so much for sharing that, Hope. I loved that so much. Okay, Christy.
Oh my gosh, I don't feel like I need to say anything at all. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so really quick, I want to just take a minute and just kind of put a bow on this big, beautiful gift that we've been given tonight. You guys, here's what I want to share with you. That moment, I mean, you know I'm going to get emotional because I've been crying for straight up 45 days, like my skin's falling off because I've been crying gratitude tears so much. I'm serious, and like disbelief tears. But that moment on stage as a diamond, guess what? I've been visualizing that for 3 freaking years. Being in that diamond meeting didn't feel abnormal. You know why? Because I've been telling myself that I am there and that that's what I am for a long time. Like, I want to impress upon you all these beautiful, amazing experiences, all the belief that's being built in your hearts, all these incredible opportunities that you've had to learn from amazing people. I want you to take those things and just put them like deep in your heart. And I want you to visualize yourself in a year at convention next year. Take a deep breath right now. And I want you to like see yourself wherever you are. Maybe you're not an emerald on stage. Maybe you're a ruby. Maybe you're a senior ruby. Maybe you're a sapphire. Maybe you're a diamond. Maybe you are an emerald. I want you to truly see where you are going to be next year. I want to see the people on your team that are there with you. I want you to feel what that feels like. And breathe it in. I want you to see yourself confident with your shoulders back and your head up and your smile on your face and you're so happy and confident. What will you feel? What emotions? What's going to look different in your life? Okay, you can open your eyes. I want you to hold that beautiful vision in your heart every day. All these awesome things that you're learning, put them in your heart. And guess what? When people quit on you, you wink at it. I still got this right here. My vision is so clear. There's no one that can quit on me that will make this and that vision that I have any dimmer. Because I've seen it all. I've had everybody quit on me at times, guys. We all have that. We've had people fall off. We've had people say no. We've had family not believe in us. We've had all the things. And when that happens to you, I want you to remember this moment and take that deep breath and let it go. And you wink at it. I knew you were coming, but guess what? I got this vision so deep in my heart and so deep in my mind. There's nothing that can steer me away. We're so excited right now. Everyone's on cloud 9 because it's been so amazing. And I'm so happy about that. But I do not let this just be a moment of feeling pumped up. When someone tells you no tomorrow, and when someone tells you that you're just an annoying Plexus girl next week, you wink at it. And you say, yep, guess what? I got that vision in my heart. This is all that you need to maintain And you will someday realize that vision that you just had in your heart. And I want you to see that every single day. Take action, you guys. That vision, when it is so clear and you can see it and you can feel it, you bring those emotions into the now and you say, what would that version of me do today? Would she put off her IPA? Would she hide from her phone calls? Would she not respond to messages from people that are on her team? No. That excellent, exceptional version of you would not hide. They would show up. They would take care of themselves. They would stay peaceful. They would block out time to dig in and be intentional, and they would show the freak up. And they would keep that vision in their heart. And I'm not saying if, when those obstacles come, you get that beautiful vision in your heart and you go, I knew you were coming. All you are is just realization that this is real. Because if there's no obstacles, you don't have a real opportunity. So when those come, keep all this beautiful mojo that we just talked about and put it in there and just keep your vision so strong. Because you will be up on that stage, or you will realize that vision when you have it so clear and you wink at all those obstacles, those distractions, those moments of, oh, I could easily just fade away right now. No one would even know. No. You keep that promise to yourself. You keep that vision that you just had so clear, and you will make it happen.
I mean, what just happened, Jex? Oh my gosh, I'm dying. You're amazing. We bow down to you. I'm so glad you're on my team. Okay, to end this call, we're going to do it in true Plexus fashion. I'm going to unmute everyone, and on 3, we're going to yell, we love Plexus. All right, everybody? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I like walk down here.
We love Plexus!
Yes, wow.
Good night, everybody. Let's go.